In this video, we will practice on some IXL skill on trigonometric ratios. And if you don't know what are trigonometric ratios, I would recommend you to please pause this video right here and write my another video which is on introduction of trigonometric ratios. Sorry. So do watch that video first and then come back to this video where we are just using and practicing those ratios. Right? We have three ratios: sine, cosine, and tangent. And the first we should start. Before we start, you should know the code of the skill, which is NHB. So sorry, NH8, for example. Okay, now let's just let me open the example so that we can explain it from here. What you need to do: find the sine of angle A. So this is angle A we have. So according to this angle, you need to find the sine function, sine ratio, for example. Right, so what is the sine ratio? The sine ratio is simply, you know that, which is opposite and hypotenuse. So you know the three side lines of right triangle, their names opposite and hypotenuse. So you will take this value and just put in the formula. So this is the formula: sine equals sine A. Since you're finding the angle A, so sine A will be according to A, which is the opposite side. According to A, you know that the opposite side, which is according to that angle, should be the opposite side. So according to this angle A, this is the opposite side, which is side CB. Sorry, yeah, BC. You can say this is the side BC, which is the opposite side of angle A. And the second is you need to take an hypotenuse. And hypotenuse is also always the opposite side of 90-degree angle. So this is side AB is a hypotenuse. Right, you have put in the values. Now you can take the values and you can easily put in the formula. BC equals 12 right here, so they have put in here. And AC equals, here we have AB, so we have AB, which is equals 13 units, so where you are putting 13. So now you can take a calculator and you can divide 12 and 13. The answer will be simply 0.9231. So this is your simple answer, right? Okay, now let's open the second question. Second question we have here, in this question you're supposed to find cosine of angle V. So according to V, you need to take this angle, and according to this angle you will have to identify the sides of this triangle. So just let me give the wrong answer and we will understand with the example. We need to find a cosine function. So cosine ratio is equals adjacent over hypotenuse. So if you have to first look at this triangle and you have to look for the adjacent. Which side should be the adjacent? According to angle V. So this is the angle V. According to this angle, which is the closest side, this is the closest side, right? And we know that this is the hypotenuse because it is the opposite side of 90-degree angle. So ignoring this, this is the adjacent because this is the opposite side, right? And for cos, we don't need opposite side, we need adjacent. So the adjacent according to angle V is 33, or TV. So we have TV, and hypotenuse is UV, so we have taken hypotenuse as UV. So after writing the ratio, you have to write these names here, and then you can simplify and you can take the values and you can simplify using a calculator. So TV equals 33, you have put in the values, and UV equals 65 degrees, and you have also put its value. So now you can divide the both, you will take the simple answer, which is 0.5077. Right? Okay, just to remember this, just to remember these three ratios, you can simplify this simple code SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA, you can repeat it so many times so that it is memorized in your mind, because it is something to memorize very easily. SOHCAHTOA. So means sine equals opposite over hypotenuse. Ka means cos equals adjacent over hypotenuse, and TOA means tangent equals opposite over opposite over adjacent. Right, so you can easily memorize all of these three ratios with this simple sentence SOHCAHTOA, SOHCAHTOA. You can repeat it many times and you can make it rhythm, so it will be memorized easily. Okay, now you're supposed to find a sine of angle G. So here we have angle G. Let me just give the wrong answer and explanation will be in front for you. According to this, you are supposed to find, what do you supposed to find? You are supposed to find sine. So that's what is the ratio of sine? So means sine equals opposite over hypotenuse. So opposite over hypotenuse. Now look for the opposite value according to angle G, right? So according to angle G, you need to take opposite value. So according to this angle, so opposite side is this side, right? You can take its value 12 here, and the second unit of hypotenuse, because H we have this in the last of this word. So hypotenuse is opposite side of 90-degree angle. So this is the opposite 13. So 12 divided by 13, you can simply divide and get your answer very easily, right? Okay. Now the third ratio question, they're asking for find the tangent of angle B. So this is the angle B, and according to this ratio, what is tangent? TOA. That means tangent equal opposite over adjacent. So let's give the wrong answer. Thus we will see the same ratio. You can see that tangent equal opposite over adjacent, TOA, right? Now according to B, you have to first look for the opposite. So according to angle B, what is the opposite? According to angle B, the opposite side will be this, which is just opposite to the given angle, right? 15. So you have taken 15, and the second is you required is adjacent. So according to angle B, what is the closest side? The both of these sides are closest, but we know that this side is opposite to 90-degree angle, so this should be the hypotenuse and this should be the adjacent, right? So to taking adjacent is 8. Now you have got the values 15 and 8, and you can just divide them. The answer will be 1.875. So this is all about these ratios. I am jumping to ahead so that I can have some difficult question that you can encounter in this skill, and you won't have problem on that. Okay, in this question of this skill, if you see the third side is missing, so what you will do, you will first find the missing side, and for that you will use a Pythagorean theorem. You have already learned what is Pythagorean theorem, and if you have forgotten, in the step down skill of this skill, you will find the Pythagorean theorem. Do and practice that, right? Was Pythagorean theorem is simply says that the hypotenuse square is always equal to the square of two other side of the triangle, right? So according to this, you can take the triangle and you can put it the values. So we have two sides, and the hypotenuse is missing because it is the opposite side of 90-degree angle. So PR is missing, that we are supposed to find, and two sides are given. The one side is 28 and the second side is 45. So just putting the values, 45 is 24, 28 squared and 45 squared equal hypotenuse squared. Now you have put in the values, then find the squares using a calculator. 28 squared is 784 and 45 squares is 2025. Now you are not supposed to add them up, so you will get 2809. Now since it is the value of PR square, hypotenuse square, and you need just PR, removing this square, you have to take the square root on both sides. So square root on both sides, you will take the square root of this, so the square root will be 53. So that means the PR, which is the hypotenuse of this triangle, should be 53. Now you know all of these three sides, and now you can use a ratio which you want to find. Which ratio do you want to find? You need to find sine of P, that you can now easily find because you know the hypotenuse, right? Sine means, so sine equals opposite over hypotenuse. So this is opposite, and what is the opposite? According to angle P, we are supposed to find this is angle P, and according to this is the opposite side. So this should be 45, and which is what is the hypotenuse of this triangle? It is 53. So just let and put the values, and you can easily find its ratio to 0.8491. What simply you can do, you have to first memorize this SOHCAHTOA so that you can easily write the equation or ratios first. Then you will just identify the names of three sides, which is opposite, which is adjacent, and which is hypotenuse. And by the time you are identifying the names, you have to first look for the angle you are using. For example, if you are supposed to find sine P, so you will take P angle and you will identify the opposite side and adjacent side, right? Okay, now this is again the same question. You are supposed to find the unknown side first, but I would discuss another. In the assignment, you can also have some these sort of ratio values in terms of fractions, decimals, or roots. So that's no need to worry about, because you will simply identify the ratio. For example, we are finding cosine of Q. So according to Q, we need co means adjacent over hypotenuse. So according to Q, this is 4, which is adjacent, and this is hypotenuse, square root of 22. So we are just putting the values, and you will just take the calculator and you will find its value. So it is not a big deal with for you, right? And you will take, if you are having a larger value, so you will take just 2 to 3 decimal places and you will put the answer, right? So don't worry about the roots or anything you are having in any of the question. Okay, in the last of this video, this could be the last case possible in this skill. So I am also discussing this, and in this skill you are supposed to find a tangent of f, and for tangent you will according to this you need t equals opposite and adjacent. So you according to angle f, so this is the opposite side, which you know that to 4, and this is the adjacent side, which is close to f, but we don't know the value of this side. So you will just use the Pythagorean theorem and you can easily find the value. Why I am discussing this? Because in this case you have to first look for something. I need to show you by closing down this. Okay, I hope you can easily see that. And in this, according to Pythagorean theorem, the hypotenuse square is equals to the squares of other two sides. According to this triangle, EF is hypotenuse because it is opposite to 90-degree angle. So that means we know the value of hypotenuse, which is to 5, and we are supposed to find the other leg, which is DF, right? And we know the one leg of it. So we will have to use this formula like this. We will put the value of hypotenuse and the side, one side which is given and one side is unknown. First you will find the squares. So 5 square equals 25 and 4 square equals 16. Now since you know how to solve the equation, so you have to solve this equation to find the value of this unknown, right? So first you are 16 is added right here, so you will subtract it on the both sides, so it will vanish from here, and here we have the answer 25 minus 16 equals 9. Right, we have subtracted 16 from both sides. Now we have found the value of df squared, and we just need to find the value of df side. So we have to take the square roots on the both side. So square will be cancelled on this side, and square root of 9 will be 3. That means this missing side is 3. Now you can easily write the ratio and you can put the values, because now you know all of these 3 sides of the triangle and you can find the ratio. So don't worry if you don't know about Pythagorean theorem. Go to the step down skill and practice Pythagorean theorem first, and you can come back and practice your skill. I hope you have understood this. The code of the skill is very simple and you can easily look at this code, and the code is we have NH8, and you can look this, and the name of this skill is here. So go on IXL and practice the skill. In the next video we will use this ratio to find the unknown sides or angles of the triangles. So stay tuned and go ahead.